131, 171, 15,
16,
19, 13,
11,
45.
52.
Oh, Whew. Oh, 67. 67, yeah, 67.
200.
That's it, just 200.
200.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, you stumped me there. Like,
Yeah, that's difficult.
that's very difficult. 143.
Thousands. You mean?
No,
No.
no, just 143.
Okay, I thought that's thousands.
No.
No,
Thousands seems
not right.
yeah, too much. Something about it just, it's too strong.
But why it's too much?
Don't know.
Maybe we do not used to somehow to thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
Maybe we used to like to tens and sometimes hundreds, but not thousands. Maybe that's the trick.
It could be. I mean, if we're speaking financially, for instance, if we were speaking like that, or followers, or something like that,
Yeah.
I believe it's fine in the sense that the currency does that. But when you go to a country like Indonesia,
Yeah.
or that's shot it completely. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well.
Well, welcome back. When you go to a company like a country like Indonesia, or you go to a country like Vietnam, and you say, how much is this can of Coca-Cola? This refreshing can from our sponsor, Coca-Cola.
Sponsor? so you've managed somehow them to sponsor us.
No, I just figure we say stuff, and then eventually they'll go, yeah, okay, fine, we'll sponsor you.
But we do not Google anything, so how we will Coca-Cola everything?
I don't know, but we Google is there, so Google can sponsor us if they wish.
Yeah, they can.
Technically, they are. We're mentioning their product,
Yeah.
so they are sponsoring us. Coca-Cola the same. So a refreshing can of Coca-Cola might be 1 million Vietnamese dong.
Okay.
So then, what did the numbers mean to them? So they have to, when you're talking thousands
Yeah.
and hundreds of thousands, to them,
Yeah.
it's a joke. Like it's an absolute. Like this guy fucking comes here, he's talking to hundreds of thousands for a can of Coke.
It's nothing.
Yeah, this is bullshit. Costs $1 million Vietnamese dong for it. They're talking billions. Millions and billions.
So how they operate with billions? How do they?
But even Japanese yen operates 10,000 yen. Korean won.
So how it's about 1 yen or 1 Vietnamese dong?
I think one Vietnamese dong
Yeah.
is probably worth, even to the Vietnamese, it's not worth the material that it's probably printed on. As a digit in a I mean, everything's worth something. If it's 0, then it's worth nothing. If it's 1, even if it's minus, it's worth something to someone else. If it's plus, it's worth something to you. If it's 0, worth nothing to no one. If you have loads of zeros, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But Vietnamese dong, one Vietnamese dong, I don't know, probably like 0.00000001 of a cent. Maybe.
So the material, like you said, it's more expensive than the value of the dong.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone's putting out all this because they got rid of the 1 and 2 cent pieces in Australia. They were all bronze, copper, whatever they are. It's the same with the euro.
Yeah.
And everyone went, yeah, let's get rid of them. So, but then suddenly everything cost 5 cents, or 10 cents. There was no, because no one could.
No in between. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no. This is $10.42. It's 45 cents or it's 40 cents. But who's getting those extra cents? The fucking banks are, aren't they? You're not getting them. They go, we don't want to print these 1s and 2s anymore. We don't want to make them. So it's better for you because you don't have to carry them. If you don't have to carry them, you're good. And then they go, so for however long they didn't do it, because obviously now it's digital, you pay whatever the exact thing. But then, for however many years, they could have been making 1-2 cents a transaction. Anybody could have. And so there was at least 27 million people in Australia at that time. Maybe more. Tourist dollar. So banks could have. I mean, I obviously don't know enough about economy.
Yeah.
It's clear in your face. And clear in my head that I don't know enough about it. But I don't know who the money is going to, but someone's getting those digits somewhere. They don't just disappear, do they?
No. They just, the prices, I guess, they get, bigger, rounder and bigger.
Rounder.
Want some honey, though?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Okay.
But yeah, I think anyone that has lots of anything, doesn't matter what it is, lots of anything, eventually it's going to be worth something, somehow.
Lots of anything. Lots of anything.
Let's say, I don't know, you have 1,000 IKEA bowls, all second hand, and they go for 50 cents at IKEA, but someone gifted you 1,000 IKEA bowls, and they're like, some of them are chipped and stuff, but you just put them online for 10 cents a piece. You get 100 euros. Do you? Yeah. 1,000, so 10 cents, no, $1, €1.
So, do you think
10,
is
100,
is it worth it to package one bowl
at a time?
Into different places?
No, I mean you've got to have your market stall, and people just come along and they're like, oh, how much are these bowls? 10 cents, because people love a bargain.
And bowls.
Yeah, people love bowls. People love a bargain. if you said, I've got to go to IKEA and pay 50 cents for this bowl, or I can go and see this guy just near my work and he has them for 10 cents.
Mm.
Let's say you're having a party and you decide that you want to smash a bunch of bowls at the party. You're not going to go to IKEA and pay 50 cents. You're going to go to your mate, pay 10 cents.
Yeah.
But here we are talking about tens and hundreds again.
Hundreds again. Not millions.
Not millions.
Thousands
Okay.
and billions.
Should we talk? Let's talk millions.
Let's try.
What? Okay. What millions do you have in your life? Okay, let's think.
Millions of reasons.
Millions of reasons.
Yeah.
For what?
For being happy.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay.
Actually.
Millions of reasons for being
Millions
happy.
of reasons, yeah, and millions of reasons for like to have for having love in your heart or in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Just and again, millions of reasons to do not see those reasons.
So millions of things blocking you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I think so. Not thousands, I guess. Millions. There is millions.
Hmm. So, you know, like the thing you were talking about before, how you come up against this, just to give our listeners, our millions of listeners, or our hundreds of thousands of listeners, let's say hundreds of thousands.
Let's say millions.
Okay, fuck it, millions.
Millions.
Our 1.1 million listeners. So
Yeah.
there's 100,000 of them, and there's a million of them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
They all go
and
to
100 as well, and 10 as well, and
Yeah.
1,
And 1.
11.
And 0.0000001
Listener.
of a listener as well, which is someone that hears our podcast through someone else's friend's cousin.
Friend's cousin headphone,
Yeah,
like in distance from 3 meters.
yeah, and they don't even actually hear the podcast. What happens is a dog gets upset at a cafe,
Yeah.
and this person's in the cafe, and they go away from the cafe,
And then?
and then they're at home,
Yeah.
and they're chatting to their friend. They're like, "Oh, this person, you know, their dog was all upset in the cafe. Oh yeah, local cafe. Oh yeah, I know that dog. The woman who owns the dog, she said that her friend
Yeah.
used to own this dog, and that dog came from a shelter, and in that shelter, one of the people was friends with someone who listened to part of our podcast but turned it off.
Yeah, that would be 0,000. Like one Vietnamese dong.
That's the one Vietnamese dong of our podcast.
Actually, when you started to like visualize the dog, it reminded me one situation when we were traveling with the band, with the Kimono band in some Manchester, I guess, the city of England. I guess it was Manchester. Yeah, or Chester. I don't know. Maybe Manchester. Whatever. So when
There is both.
yeah, but I can't now remember properly because of my age, maybe, you know. Or because of too much or lack of sugar, I don't know, in my brain, whatever.
Or because you have a million things stopping you from being happy.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but the reminiscence of the dog, yeah. So we used to like used to live at some friend's house, and just, you know, we lived there for two maybe nights, and we went out to the party or something, and we came back, and we realized that there was robbery, in the
Mhm.
house. And they tried to, they started, to checking out what's robbed, whatever. So they found shit,
Mhm.
the foot stomped into that shit clearly, with clear stamp of the shoe.
Oh yeah.
So if you catch the guy with that shoe, it's done, it's busted.
Oh fuck.
And the thing was like, the thief took a dog, nothing else. He smashed the window.
Took the dog.
Yes, he stomped into the dog's shit.
Fuck.
And he took a dog and went away. That was a robbery.
Did they find the dog?
Yeah. After maybe one day, but
After a day.
yeah, it was very funny.
Did they find the thief?
Yeah.
What happened to the thief?
It happened to be friend of landlord's sister, something like that.
Who came in and took the dog?
Yeah, he smashed the window, broke into the house. And stomped.
Because he loved the dog.
I don't know, man. This was very strange, his story. So it was funny, though.
They came in. They saw the footprint in the shit, and they're like, "It's fucking Arthur. It's Arthur's shoe. We know Arthur's shoe. He just a week ago he said, look at the brand new shoes I've bought."
Yeah.
And showed us, and it specifically showed us the sole, and said, "Look at the lightning bolts on the sole." And there was lightning bolts in the shit, right?
I guess.
Maybe not. Fucking
Maybe
Arthur.
some stars or Converse stars, maybe. So
Brand new Converse.
So Converse is supporting our channel as well. So we've got plenty of supporters,
Wonderful sponsors.
wonderful sponsors. Yeah,
And we love our sponsors.
yeah, we love. By the way, Coca-Cola. We are drinking Chebrelis tea. Chebrelis tea. So it's not cola yet.
Yeah, we do. We actually don't drink Coca-Cola because it's bad for you. Well, it's bad for our bodies. Everyone else can drink. It's fine.
It's good for clean up a car or toilet.
Yeah, that's what we use it for. We use Coca-Cola to clean our 1 cent ones and twos and from the toilet, and our ones and twos in our pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after when we clean them, we give up them to the banks, and and we don't use them anymore.
Yeah, we say we don't want them in our account.
Yeah, because it's too heavy.
It's too heavy. We don't-
Actually, I've got plenty of them.
Oh, yeah. Why? Those are the ones in Coca-Cola now. Or are you putting them in later?
Later, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's prepared for Coca-Cola.
Good.
So, hello, listeners. Hello. So, it's Two Smart Men again. So, finally, we are doing this again.
Yeah.
It's Chris.
And Alvidas,
Two Smart Men.
too smart, man.
With two smart phones in their pockets and two not so smart microphones.
They're pretty smart. They're able to turn our vibrations back into our voice.
They are, but they can, do by themselves. I mean, on their own. We used to we have to just push them.
We have to assist them.
assist, yeah,
We give them support.
support a bit.
I was thinking about you said about Manchester and traveling with kimono,
Yeah,
and how years ago I think music was always a business, right? It's a music industry business,
Yeah.
whatever. Well, not always. Obviously, thousands of years ago, not for everyone.
yeah, maybe thousands of years ago was I mean, maybe there was lots of value in music. Definitely, the shamans, I guess, they somehow treated. There was some value, definitely. Thousands of years ago, maybe there was no money, to my mind, but the music business supposed to be there.
But what I was going to say is,
Yeah.
in the late 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of this stuff was still driven by fans and still driven by what people wanted, rather than being driven by larger companies deciding what people can have. So, in the sense of Kimono, I
Yeah.
think what happened is great artists came up against a corporate machine. And if you were corporate artists, it
Yeah.
probably would have been very different. But because you didn't play that corporate game, because you look at everyone now, they all clearly play the corporate game, you know?
Not everybody, maybe.
Well, the ones that don't are an exception. How often do you see a new young band or even a middle-aged band or whatever band just come to the surface purely because they made good music? Only because they made good music. They fucking picked up a guitar and they blah, 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 and made something, and then boom, they're at the front.
Don't know. That's the interesting discussion would be, maybe.
There's feedback again.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, you've disappeared.
Yeah. I'm back again.
Hey, he's back. He's back.
Yes. I'm thinking, these times I'm thinking that if the man, let's say, if the person, achieves something, man or woman, doesn't matter, or kid or I don't know, whatever. Somehow even from the perspective of universe, that person earns it, what I mean. I mean,
they earn it from the universe.
yeah. You can say maybe it's not that arty, or it's not that, valuable, blah, blah. But there is so much of, actually millions of perspectives, maybe. When you look at the artist, there is so much different things, which makes him artist. Whatever, it could be a pop star, it could be some, alternative music star, or whatever star, whatever. If he's famous, he earns it, I guess. I think. There is something he did, and others did that.
Okay, so
something.
you think Ed Sheeran would do well in the 90s?
I think, yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Up against Kurt Cobain, up against Soundgarden, all those kind of bands. I don't think those bands would do very well now.
I don't know. Is it possible to evolve Ed Sheeran in those those years? Because I think music somehow reflects, and music and artists as well. Lots of artists, somehow they reflect the times we're living in.
Well, I mean, he wasn't alive in the 90s, was he? Was he? I don't know. I don't know how old he is.
Ed?
Old Eddie.
Old Eddie.
Get his new album now.
Maybe he was alive, but I mean, in these times, maybe it was not possible that type of music, to evolve and to be created. Maybe, I don't know, because What's music? What's art? Let's discuss what's art in general. What it is? What it is? What? Yeah, let's look at the sun. We see a paint, and
but which paint are you looking at? The wall, the paint of the wall?
no, the paint, the paint on the wall.
But then why is the white paint of the wall? Why is that not art?
Yeah, why is not art?
Why?
Because everybody does that, and it's simple, and it's not, somehow.
So art is just about being unique with something. Is that what you're
I
saying?
guess being unique and maybe. Well, it's some sort of form of art, but now we call how it's the decorations. How we call that type of art?
I think art.
Home design. What's it called?
Art has no
Definition.
I think definitive purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you can take something away from someone's day,
Mm-hmm.
they don't need it to operate. Like the tube, the London tube,
Yeah.
right? The network.
Yeah.
To some people that's art. But to
Yeah.
other people it's just necessity. And actually the way it's built is necessity. It was built in a way that, there is artistry that goes into it. There's imagination that goes into it, but there's also a lot of structure and a lot of, it's more of a mutant, a beast that they just have to keep putting extra arms on because they can't actually, there's no way they can stop it to fix it all. So they have to just keep putting extra shit on.
Mm.
So maybe, I don't know, but then it's more of an organism. It's not necessarily art. I think maybe art is something that you are there just to appreciate. But it doesn't make any sense because there's sometimes art, music can fucking just save your life.
Yeah. Exactly. So my question would be: does the art have a purpose for human being?
Absolutely.
Yes. So it's like it defines that art should be a functional thing. Just
I don't think when you set out to make a piece of art, whatever it is, theatre, film, music, or when you write something, you don't set out for it to be. I think the most natural, organic stuff that hits everyone is when you're attempting to go through something yourself. So really, art is a functioning method of therapy for you to express something without actually saying exactly what it is.
You said function therapy. Two
Yeah.
words, function and therapy, and I love those words because to me, I realized that making a piece of music, for me, it's a therapy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me feel, very good.
Mm.
It's definitely a therapy, and definitely it has function.
Yep.
It makes people feel good.
Yep.
And sometimes when I'm looking at some play or some paint or listening to some music, it makes me feel as well somehow. And there is lots of different genres and different art works, let's say,
Yeah.
which translates different feelings.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to just went out of the venue, let's say, because of the feeling music gives me or artists gives me.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of people which prefer to stay because of that,
Yeah.
feeling which music gives them or art gives them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's functional and it's therapeutic.
Therapeutic.
Therapeutic, yeah.
Yeah. But is that why? Well, originally art was communicative, wasn't it? It's like letting other people know that you're there. So like indigenous communities in Australia,
Yeah.
well, in that part of the world, it wasn't Australia 45,000 years ago.
So what was it?
It's whatever they called it.
So how they called it?
Don't know.
Dragonland
No.
or crocodile?
Well, maybe crocodile, but serpents. They didn't really have dragons. Well, the indigenous culture of Australia didn't necessarily look to the skies. I think they always looked to the earth, to the water. Yeah, because they spent. I mean, flying. Obviously, there's birds. There's loads of birds in Australia. Amazing exotic birds, phenomenal things that bring calm to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you hear them, like they're like, wow. I feel it. You feel like this is nature. It just cuts through everything. And makes it, if you really listen to it, it's like everything else is gone. But what they used to do, they had serpents. The dream time is something to do with indigenous culture, the Aboriginals, and they would. Yeah, so I was watching something where they used art. Let's say it's art, which is purely functional in this.
Yeah.
You know, like the dot paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
They would leave those on rocks and walls and stuff, because they're nomadic people. So another tribe would come along, and then they might see that there's a crocodile here, but there's still fish here, and also there's fresh water over there, and there's this over there. So it's like a communication device.
So it's communicational, functional, and
actually maybe it hasn't changed that much.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, you know, when you communicate something properly through film or through writing, painting, or through music or whatever you create.
Yeah, that's communicational.
Yeah, and people see it and they're like, oh,
yeah,
I'm not on my own. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just so we can't be in each other's bodies, in each other's presence. We're always going to be on our own unless we're a Siamese twin connected at birth and never, if we share a stomach.
Would be interesting.
Yeah, but then outside of that, human beings, it is pretty lonely kind of. I would say that's probably what art is more than anything else, is just letting other people know that you're there and letting them know that you potentially feel the same as them and that they can come and, if we wandered around with all our thoughts coming out of our head all the time, not what we say, because we always edit ourselves and we're secret hiding whatever we're doing. But if we wandered around with just spewing out our thoughts, maybe shit would be better.
So, how it would look like?
I don't know. There'd be people you would see going, "Oh fuck, I love this thing. I love that thing. I love this. This is all great. That's great. Oh, but I don't like that so much. I don't like that." There'd be other people who go, "I fucking hate people and I want to kill them all. I want to kill them. I want to kill you all." The other people go, "I love you all. I want to be around you all the time. I want to kiss everyone." Like just things flying. Like, I mean, these are very basic thoughts. Oh, I want to manipulate people so that I have power over them. I want to take all your money. I want hundreds of thousands of followers, and I don't give a shit how I'm going to get it.
It would look like House of Insanes or a theater.
Theater?
Yeah.
A theater show.
Somehow, when you're like doing this, I'm trying to imagine, and I see those somehow things. But then people, which were like just walking, silently, would look like not normal.
But those would be the people that don't have internal monologues.
Or maybe they have, but
They're just very quiet.
very quiet.
Maybe they have you're not in their minds 24 hours a day, but if you were to kind of just watch their mind for 24 hours, maybe they have two thoughts. They wake up in the morning like, well, I'm awake. And then they go through their day. And
You think it's possible for a human being?
But they don't. There's people without an internal monologue. There was a post on somewhere, I don't know. There's quite a lot of information about it, but we're not Googling. But someone said to someone else, I was thinking about this, and I was going through it in my head, and I started thinking about this and this. And someone said, what do you mean about you thinking about it in your head?
What's that?
Yeah, what is that? Oh, I'm just thinking about this stuff, and I'm working it out in my head. I don't have that. I write things down, or I message them, or I can't comprehend how you would have no internal monologue.
Actually, I've tried that. Yeah. I told many times, about the Vipassana meditation. So I think there is, sometimes when you're keep doing it is sometimes comes then you being without any thoughts, any internal monologue, or any or lots of voices in your head. Yeah, it's possible to maybe achieve it through the practice.
But why are there some people that just have it regardless? Are they at such a high conscious level,
I mean,
that they've given themselves over to everything, and there is no them anymore?
Yeah, the firstly, as to my understanding, they try to be in the moment, because if you are in your monologue, you're not paying attention to lots of million details around you. Billions even, yeah. And if you without, and it's if you're looking at movie and you're talking with your whatever body or whatever, so the experience would be a bit different if you're looking. I mean, if you would look with no talking.
You're just watching it, the two of you, and you don't say anything. You just allow the movie to have its time.
Yeah. So it's different. So the same thing, I guess. It's when you're paying attention to life itself, to what's happening, with no interruption of your mind, what I'm gonna do, what I'm thinking about that, or what do I think about other, or why I think like that.
Why am I such a terrible person? Why am I so shit? Why am I such a shitty artist? I can't communicate anything. It's not true.
Yeah, it's false. It's million false.
Yeah. What is it? What is it that you think that, there's sometimes you read something of someone. So quite often I'll write a lot of verse and stuff, and then I'll read other people's verse, and it doesn't affect me at all. But then sometimes I'll read one person's verse, and it'll just just settles into everything. To me, people might say that's just my subjectivity and what I like, but actually more often than not, it's on topics that I wouldn't ordinarily read. I think what happens, and it doesn't happen a lot, I watch a lot of stuff, and I don't watch it to, I think a lot of the times I watch stuff not to, sorry, I'm just going off on a tangent here, not to say, not to learn. I actually watch it, well, probably to learn. And then other times when I watch something really great, I'll just allow it to affect me and just give myself over to it. And it's when the creators or the artists get out of the way of it and they allow it all to happen. They just allow it to kind of, same with writing, just allowing it to kind of be there, not trying to manipulate it, not trying to edit it too much, not trying to restrict and constrict it, but actually just, it just comes out, and it just perfectly defines, like some of the best lyrics that are written are literally people just recounting parts of their day, or recounting just, you know, broken tree out a window.
Mm-hmm.
And then broken tree out the window, then you call me.
And I'm a broken branch of that broken tree.
Yeah.
And you didn't call me
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah, you called me and then you didn't call me. And, then, and maybe I lost my phone. Yeah.
It's that simple.
But yeah, I think the kind of masters, well, no, maybe they're not even masters, because masters imposes some sort of control over
Okay,
something.
what is the master? What's the master is? So we like sort of chatted a bit about what art is, and what's the master is. The master of art.
What's the master of art?
Yeah. How we can define a master?
I think the master of art is the person that essentially rejects everything that art has become, but is accepted universally, because people they just can't deny it.
Mm-hmm.
The master of it is not, you know, the master can have fame, can have money, can have everything from it, and none of it affects them. They can be poor, they can be on the street, and they still create, and they still create at the same consistent level that they're creating at the top or the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Purely because they're listening to themselves at that time. And they put all of that into what they're doing. I think the master allows the control to be taken away from them.
So the master is the most honest person.
Yep.
Okay.
Because everything else is, you can feel it. You know, like when you watch a film and you come away saying, this actor is a great actor, that's not made by a master.
Hmm.
When you come away from the film going, this just was about my life,
Yeah.
and you can't even remember who the people were. You don't know their
What's
names.
acting? Yeah.
Yeah. All you're doing is just involved. Does it happen with music for you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what would you think a master is? What do you think?
The wizard of emotions, I guess.
The wizard of emotions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the master can express his emotions freely with no fucking between masterpiece, let's say, and emotions imprinted in it, and people feel those emotions immediately.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of times when you're like listening to something, or you know, looking at something, some piece of art, and you can say, okay, that sounds good, that looks good. Yeah, I can see he knows how to, you know, make the beat. But there is no emotion, there is no there is it's even hard to explain, you know. There is something there. something is missing
Yeah.
somehow, and it's not triggering you. But
Yeah.
you know, the art is, it's very tricky. So for someone it's like triggering, and for other it's not. And it's actually, the art is intellectual thing, I guess. Very, very deeply intellectual, no? Don't you think that? Because it's about you and how you perceive that thing.
Yeah, but there's also I think sometimes, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
If we use too much of our head to kind of try and deconstruct art, then we fuck it up. You know, we really destroy it.
So that's what all the books does about art. That's what all the universities does about. Like,
Yeah, art history and where this color comes from and why this is. It's like, it doesn't matter. We're not there. It's the past. What were they doing this for?
Yeah.
Like, why were they doing this? Why was anyone doing it at the time? They were doing it to express something. Anything else is just to sell books or to sell tickets to a museum. You know, if it's because sure, it is a very intellectual thing, but I think it's also a guttural thing. And you know, like sometimes obviously there's the classic kind of people doing a hand painting.
Yeah.
Or doing scratches across something and putting all the materials on it, and you're like, this could have been done by a 50-year-old woman who's just completed menopause and is sad that she'll never be able to give birth again, you know, and she's feeling like the end of her life is coming, and this is what she's done. Or it could be done by a 15-year-old male who is just like, just one afternoon I just had some paints and just played around a little bit. Could have been really stoned. You know? If it can be done by, I think maybe that's the other thing. If it can be done by anyone, that's art. But people are like, I didn't do it. This is just it's just the doing of it. Maybe. I mean, I think art became too intellectual. And I think when it becomes too intellectual, it becomes upsetting.
Too heavy.
Yeah. If you can't just watch it and appreciate it and allow your subconscious to chow down on all the little things that are in there and get your conscious and just connect into it, then, you know, if someone has to come along and go, but don't you understand that this was a 19th century lute played at this time? And like, well, fuck off. I don't give a shit. I don't care about the song, you know. And so it's an emotional thing. It's a guttural thing. And that's why art transcends everything, because it doesn't matter whether you're smart, stupid, rich, poor, whatever.
Yeah.
It can break through all those boundaries because it's human. The experience of it. And the experience is whatever you take from it. And if someone comes along and tells you that the thing about it, I think music and painting, very different to film. Because film, you have to drive towards it with the story.
I think film is like connection, painting and music all together. Because it sounds, definitely. And it's moving pictures.
Yeah, true.
So it's different, but it's like the synergy of two of them.
I guess so. And I guess you have to have a driving force with all three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think the master of the art would know how to make it intellectual and with no heaviness.
Yeah.
That's the maybe masterpiece, you know. That's why, because when you look at the greatest piece of art, maybe, I don't know, they are somehow simple. I mean,
You mean like what? Like the Mona Lisa?
Like Michelangelo paints.
The most complex, simple painting ever made that people all over the world need to go and see all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you look at Mona Lisa, let's say, yeah,
I've
it's
never seen
just woman sitting,
it. Mhm.
and that's it. Woman sitting and looking at you.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
And do you think when he painted it, when was he alive? Thousands, hundreds of years ago, at least. It was hundreds, definitely.
Definitely. It's maybe, I don't know, 1,400, something like that.
Okay, so hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he thought, when he painted it, do you think he thought 600 years from now, people are going to be fucking staring at this thing, and it's going to be the greatest, the most, because it's not, maybe not the greatest, because it's whatever, the most renowned and famous painting in the world.
Maybe because it's simple, it's just woman sitting and looking at something with some strange smile.
So then why does everyone kind of go away from simple? Why does everyone try so hard all the time if all you have to do is actually
make it simple?
Yeah.
Because of inner journey, I guess.
Of what?
Inner journey of the artist.
Right.
So when you're it's like baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's first of all, he's trying to do everything what father and mother does.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to match, to understand, to learn the tools and environment. And after some time, he's trying to push himself from those two parents. And he's in search of himself. And there is maybe physiological time, and there is psychological time for the person. That same, I guess, with the artist. And he's first he's attracted and he's excited about, oh, look, I've made like this. I've made, it's almost like this. It's, like this, like that. And then you're fuck, why? Okay, this and that, it's already there, and I should maybe what I am. And you are trying to, okay, I'm gonna go complex. Okay, I'm gonna go this way and that way, and okay, I'm not gonna do those guys simple way. No fucking simple harmony. I'll make it dance like a shit.
Like a shit that someone's going to step in when they come to steal someone's fucking dog.
Yeah. So, and after that, you are maybe, after some time of journey, you're developing some uniqueness in your style, and the simplicity evolves of your not simplicity as someone did before, maybe, but if you're traveling through the journey, somehow after some time, the things happening, the things are, I don't know, the way you express yourself in some sort of art, it goes in the simple way for after some time.
Yeah, I was. You saying that made me think of something I was thinking about the other day and writing about. I think what happens is that potentially we're told we're not good enough.
Yeah.
As we are.
Yeah.
We're not good enough.
No.
And that's all. And so we reach out for every color in the fucking color book. We reach out for all the different, whatever it might be, traditions or inspirations or anything, because we, as human beings, existing is not good enough. and it just doesn't. And I think maybe
Yeah.
the reason the indigenous people of Australia, the Aboriginals, could stick around for 45,000 years
Mm.
and take care of that land was because they were good enough and they understood being alive is such a fucking miracle
Mm.
that everything else
It's not that.
is nonsense. And that's all we're trying to create. Like even the collider, the Hadron Collider,
Mm.
that tries to recreate the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Why? Are we as human beings not enough? Like it's really, are we not enough? And we don't think and feel like that. We don't go, I'm actually enough. I'm so fucking complex without everything else. And that's why people love the simplicity, because they realize in that moment, they're like, fuck. Actually, we're really fucking simple, but so complex as we are. Marius Alexa, as we are, the latest track. Get his album now.
Get his album the latest as they are.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice. If I was listening to that, I'd be like, I'm going to buy that fucking album, and
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and masturbate to it. That guy just tickled my eardrums. But I think it's really like, it is really like, everyone is always like, just not, it's not good enough. And as you talk about the Buddhist monks,
Yeah.
what do? They do their best just to leave the noise out and understand that just existing,
And keep the maximum possible simplicity.
yeah, is
Just-
actually fucking one of the hardest, most complex things you could ever attempt to achieve in your life.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
deny everything, deny economy, deny popularity, deny everything, and or even not even deny it, just allow it to exist beyond you and just move beyond it.
Yeah. And move within there, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's, just intellectual. Maybe we've lost in our intellect
Mm.
too much.
Mm.
Maybe we made, too complex. The civilization is too complex. The financial system is so complex.
But it is, and
it's-
why
it's
is it?
messy?
Yeah, it's messy, and why is it so complex? It's because we made it so complex.
Yeah.
Not-
Everything is pretty much complex.
Yeah, because we complicated it all. Not because we advanced everything, but because we just kept complicating it. And now, the most complex thing, which is the Earth,
Yeah.
none of us truly understand it properly. And the only thing that you can understand it from it is that we should all be walking away from the society we've built.
Yeah.
That is really the only, and allow that society to crumble. Like literally say, right, the next 40 years, no one, absolutely no one, is making cars, making buildings, making any of this, and we're all going to live off the land, and that's it.
Hmm.
No one, and everyone is responsible for themselves. I mean, it'd be mayhem.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see it.
If everyone went to like a 2-year course, and like suddenly everyone, we took all this money that we have, right?
Yeah.
And we all went to everyone had to do their training of how to live off the land, how to get water, how to grow their own food, all that sort of stuff. I mean, obviously Lithuanians would be far ahead of most people, and most people in Europe would be far ahead.
But what do the people from Tokyo or New York and from those cities would do?
They need to learn.
Yeah, but I think there is no land enough for that much people we have on this planet. If you would, I'm not sure, but I think or it's now happening, or it's nearly there. There is no land for every human being to live from the land. Might be. So what then?
We go to another planet.
So
The whole population,
that's
population.
what we're trying to do.
No, but everyone
Yeah.
goes to another planet, and we live off that planet
Okay. So
in the way we should here, and then we come back in 40 years.
actually, there is a movie of Attenborough, I guess, about how the corona through these 2 years made a good thing for the planet, because some species evolved and some nature grown again.
Yeah, but it's probably all gone now.
Yeah.
Because it's like you had that time, and then now that it's gone back, like it was like the world had a broken leg, and then it only had a week to heal its leg,
Yeah.
and it was partially healed, and it was like getting back to physiotherapy. And it was in the world's like, yeah, the leg's almost good to walk on. And then everyone's like, nah, you need to walk on it now. But I'm almost ready to go. No, now. Like a job, like some prick at a job who won't let you have enough time off just to recover.
Yeah. Deep thoughts, man.
Very fucking deep.
So I think I'm gonna give you this bowl, the Buddhist bowl. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Just grab the pen from over there.
Pen.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Any pen?
Yeah, any pen. Yeah, we're going to meditate and to sing some holy mantra, meditation mantra, healing mantra for our land and our earth and our society.
Society, okay.
Society, yeah.
Although I like the way you say society. Because it sounds very rich. It sounds full. It feels like when you say it, there's grass coming out of your mouth.
So then, heal the world. It's called Heal the World.
The Michael Jackson song?
Oh, heal. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Arvidas.
Thank you, Earth.
Thank you, Earth.
Thank you, Heaven.
Thank you, Heaven. Thank you, Hell.
Thank you, all the demons.
All the demons.
Thank you, society.
Thank you, society. And thank you, listeners.
And thank you, listeners. A lot. Billions of you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Two smart men.
Two smart men.
Chris and
Arvidas.
with two smartphones.
and just enough to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was fun.
it was.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, man.
So see you next week.
Definitely.
And goodbye, all of you.
Goodbye. Until next week,
Until
if you don't die.
that one was good.
Hmm.
If you don't die.
If you do, don't worry. Everyone dies.
Yeah, whatever. Wow.
Boom.